Welcome to the True Health Tuesday, questions and responses for cancer. Now, please like this video, share this video and this vital life-saving information, and subscribe to our channel. It's going to help us grow and help spread some more of this vital life-saving information. Question 1 from Ethtruda Dog. I have asked this question on several platforms and never get an answer. Is it safe for a 65-year-old male with T2, fatty liver, adenocarcinoma, prostate cancer to be in constant or partial ketosis? When you look at this, please, okay, here's a straight answer. You cannot be in ketosis constantly. You've got to be on that diet for a couple of weeks, off it for a couple of weeks. But I encourage you to look for the real causes. When you're looking at prostate cancer, you're looking at a pelvic dysfunction, you're looking at a gut dysfunction, you're looking at chronic states of stress. So you have to go in and look at the physical, chemical, emotional stressors. Physical stressors, you've got to get static and stress x-rays of the entire structure. Look at the cervical spine, the pelvis. Why? If you compromise nerve supply to that pelvic floor, you're going to have a dysfunction. If you are in a chronic state of stress, physical, chemical, emotional stress, your gut is not going to be healthy, and that's most of your immune system. And then when you look at the cervical spine, the top of the cervical spine houses half of your autonomic nervous system for resting, digesting, and repairing. So look at the physical stressors for sure. Look at the chemical stressors. Okay, diet. Your diet's got to be organic and healthy. Okay, you've got to get your body into building healthy cells because your body literally forms cancer based on a toxic and deficient environment. Then you have to do a live blood cell analysis so that you can see the health of the blood. The blood is your immune system. It's how your body detoxes. It's how you get nutrients to the system. Then you look for the emotional stressors because you can think yourself healthy and think yourself sick. So you have to maintain, because any type of physical, chemical, or emotional stress throws you into this fight or flight response. And this is a constant. You're going to have a defect in one of your 4 detox pathways: respiration, perspiration, bowel movements, or urination. Healthy bowel movements, and I'm talking 2 to 3 healthy stool formations. The way you're constructed is you've got a rectum right behind the prostate. So every time you have good, healthy bowel movements, this is why we recommend anyone with prostate issues to have fiber with every meal. So you have healthy stool formation. And then diaphragmatic breathing, absolutely ideal, because you're actually literally eliminating carbon dioxide along with cellular exudates, and this alkalinizes the system. So breathing is going to help. Then when you look at not just the stool formation, the breathing, look at sweating. This is why steam baths, infrared saunas are so vitally important when it comes to detoxing the system. And then look at hyperbaric chambers, look at light therapy, look at red light therapy right on the prostate. That's why I love that flex beam. So look at the causes. Ketogenic diet is okay as long as you're using healthy fats, but you're talking 1 to 2 weeks on, 1 to 2 weeks off. So your body can utilize that. So go after the cause. A diet is just not the only thing you're going to do. You got to deal with the stressors that caused your body to form that cancer. And from Shards, question 2. From Shards, what about glutamine? That's in all the foods you mentioned. Yeah, glutamine is like amazing. It's involved in your immune system. It's amino acids. It's it's the precursor to building all the proteins that you need to regenerate your tissue. It's one of the most abundant amino acids in the body. It's absolutely vital for immune system, tissue production. It seals up, it makes your intestinal tract healthy, which is where most of your immune system is. It stops foreign proteins to enter into the bloodstream. Glutamine is amazing. Yeah, absolutely, we're going to recommend it. Now, question 3 from Fast Freddy. I love that name. Is it true that anyone can have cancer at any given time, and will it go away if undiagnosed? Majority of cases, but I mean, if you look at this, the body forms cancer. Your system produces 1 billion cells a day. on average. And that means you're destroying 1 billion cells a day. So your body is a sea of metabolic responses. This is why Dr. Seyfried talks about cancer being a metabolic disorder. It is. So your body does produce cancer cells on a regular basis, and you eliminate it through the 4 detox pathways: respiration, perspiration, bowel movements, and urination. So if you have a defect in those, then the body is going to wall off, and a defect in the detox pathways and an excessive toxic environmental exposure, then your body is going to wall off those toxins based on your inability to eliminate and your toxic overload. So it's a toxic deficient circumstance, and your body can't eliminate those. So cancer is a natural process in the body, and it only becomes an issue if you have an excessive toxic environmental exposure and have an inability to detox your system itself. That's why when we're working with cancer patients, we actually address the underlying cause, and you'll see it resolve in a lot of circumstances. Question 4 from Iski. Why 21 days to reduce 6 hours of sleep? Oh, this is cool. Okay, when you look at, and you're going to see 21 days to change the brain, to change habit formations. And one of the things that I was aware of is that to get astronauts to adapt to a weightless environment, they gave them glasses that turned everything upside down. And so if they would grab a glass, the glass would be over here and they'd be going over here. You know, their brain couldn't adapt. And it took them a few days to adapt to where they could start to even drive a car wearing these inversion glasses. So they're looking at how the brain adapts to the different afferentation or sensory input into that brain. And they were able to adapt. They were able to do everything with these glasses on. And when they took them off, it took them 21 days to get back to normal. So 21 days is a standard. Maybe some people can get done faster. Some people might take longer. But 21 days is like the baseline to change habit formation. So this is why we want to reset your circadian rhythm. So we recommend you doing those actions for 21 days. But it's the same thing with exercise. 21 days to change that habit, and then you can incorporate that habit into a healthy lifestyle. Question 5 from Anna Christie. You have a lot there, but I live in the UK. Can you say something about ovarian cancer? Absolutely. Polycystic ovary syndrome is epidemic in Asia, epidemic in America. And this is things that you're consuming, that you're exposed to, that are endocrine disruptors. These are things that are like hormones, but not hormones. Okay, they're literally called endocrine disruptors. And if the body has a defect in your detox pathways, the respiration, perspiration, bowel movements, and urination, and you have excessive toxic exposures, then the body is going to form these tumors based on that type of endocrine disruptor. And these are things that are like hormones, but not hormones. And they could be in weird stuff like candles and dryer sheets and perfumes and processed foods, packaged foods, hugely responsible. So you have to address the underlying cause. There's going to be physical, chemical, and emotional stressors that are contributing to the formation of that ovarian cancer. So look at the health of the pelvis. Remember, the pelvis and cervical spine house your body's ability to regenerate. That's the parasympathetic nervous system. Look at healthy bowel function. Look at poor sleep patterns as contributing factors. And look at the live blood cell analysis, which is hugely important, because at my clinic in Tijuana, only 2 things you could do with an IV, and you could get these in the UK. It's going to be a little bit harder. Based on the live blood cell analysis, you either need to chelation or detox the system, or put nutrients in the system. So you're going to see fibrin formation. A lot of the medical procedures that were forced on us the last few years are contributing to the massive increase in cancers and the toxic environment that we're exposed to. So look at the toxic cause, address the physical, chemical, emotional stressors, and then you have the best chance of having your body detox and eliminate these cells from your system. And just find a natural health practitioner or a clinic that is responsible. Give us a call at the Tijuana clinic, and I'll help in any way I can. Question 6 from Diva Sweet. I want to go to Mexico to treat cancer holistically, and I've seen so many people saying that aftercare isn't there at all, and the patients don't get calls or emails back. This is a huge concern. It's a huge concern for me too. And this is why we try and track our patients, and I keep emails every day. So I'm answered as many as I can, but we do have good follow-up care. But we also recommend that our patients call in and give us progress notes. We don't have specific times to meet with them, although that would be a really, really good suggestion, that we call our patients and have them contact us. But they can contact any one of our clinics, any one of our doctors, and we set aside 15 minutes during the day that I'm always online and I'm always on the phone. So I'm doing the best I can to do that follow-up. And the doctors at our clinic at Holistic Care and American Biodental, we're doing as much as we can, but we do schedule those calls and set aside. But it is also a responsibility of the patient to give us a call and give us the reports of how they're doing. If they're doing good on the sleep patterns, if they're doing good on the exercises and the detoxification processes that we give them, like juicing, blending, healing the gut, getting fermented foods, getting their immune system working correctly. There is a huge amount of responsibility on that patient. But you are right. Big concern for me too, and we're trying to address it as best as we can. Now, if your question wasn't answered here, please, go to the drbvip.com site, the drbvip.com, because a lot of these questions and answers, or actually the answers, have to be censored. We are still in that type of environment. But understand, your body is designed for this world, and the world was designed for your body. And cancer is a natural occurring process in the body. And you have to look at the toxic environmental exposure and your defect or your stress level in your detox pathways. And then your body has the best chance to regenerate healthy tissue. God bless you all. Stay healthy, my friends.